Hi, this is Travis with Two Brothers Adventures. Today I'm going to review the Stansport waterproof windproof matches. We're going to compare this against our standardized list of fire starting devices. For more on that checklist or on this video series, check out the overview video. We'll throw a link up on the screen now. As far as packaging, the Stansport, when you buy these, come in a 2-pack. It doesn't say anywhere on the package if these are strike on box or if they're strike anywhere, so we'll have to put that to the test. They come in a standardized cardboard box, like a typical match box. This particular brand only has a striker on one side, not the other. It's got the typical slide-out cardboard box that holds the matches, and then the matches themselves are covered 3/4 of the way in this accelerant material, this pink accelerant material, and with a little bit of wood being exposed at the end. As far as weight of for a box, they come in at 0.6 ounces for a box of 25. And I'm not sure if I said that or not, but there's 25 in a box. As far as cost, you get 2 boxes for $3.49. That works out to be about 7 cents per match. Overview of how they work. We'll pull one out. Since we're not sure if these are strike on box only, we're going to try to strike one on a... So apparently it appears they're strike on box only. We'll just see if that's true. So they are definitely strike on box. Since it's windproof, I shouldn't be able to blow it out. Let's let it... Ouch! Got really hot. Alright, so definitely a learning experience with these. They get hot. So be careful holding them. Where was I at? Okay, we'll go ahead and do a burn time now as a baseline. Wasn't expecting to get burnt, so sorry about that. Use the pliers this time. Do you see, because of the accelerant, they... Oh! Let me go ahead and let that burn out. Let me do another one, since I forgot to start the timer. So with that accelerant, it burns really quick. So you get a really hot, really quick flame. Burns through that match really quick. So if you're going to use these, whatever tinder or whatever you're going to use, you're going to want to definitely have it ready to go. And it looks like as soon as it hits the end of that accelerant, it's out. So it was about 15 seconds of burn time. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and do a mist test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these matches out. And since we figured out that these are strike on box, I'm actually going to hold the matches as well as the striking component out, and I'm going to give it 3 sprays of water to simulate kind of a mist or a damp, wet environment. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and light one. So if you can see, the match is turning black, and actually the strike on box component is actually failing. It's coming off of my fingers, so it's actually, with the mist test there, it's actually rendered the striking agent no good. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a dry box, and let's just make sure that's true. This is still a damp box, and it did start. So I'll take one of these other ones that we misted, and we can do a burn test on it. So we'll do a burn test on the damp one, striking on a dry box. It's definitely put off a lot of smoke. So about 12 seconds. So these burn really quick. Next we're going to go ahead and do a dip test. So set that one aside. I'm going to do the same thing with the water. I'm going to take the box that was already damp, and we're going to go ahead and dip it with a couple matches. I'm expecting that the striker is not going to do any better job, and we're actually going to have to use the other box. So try to light this. And again, same thing, the striker failed. So with this wet match, I'm going to light it on the dry box. And we'll do a time test. There we go. Started about a second late. These burn extremely fast, so as soon as it gets to the end of the accelerant, it looks like it's out. So about 12-13 seconds on the dip test. Next, we're going to go ahead and do a soak test. So we're going to take this box of matches, we're going to actually clip it on this weight, and we're going to drop it in the water here for 2 minutes. And at the end of 2 minutes, we'll try to light it again. Okay, we're about to come up to the 2-minute mark. We'll pull these out of the water. Alright, so I'm just going to shake them out. Open it up. The box is actually starting to completely deteriorate. And I'm guessing that means that the striker, if you can see, is pretty much gone, but we'll try to light it on this. So the packaging of the striker actually failed the dunk test, or the soak test. So let me light this on the dry box and we'll do a time burn of a 2-minute soaked one. Oh, I forgot to start. Forgot to start the timer. But it did burn. Seems about as quick as the other one. I'll do another one. There we go. So the matches seem to have held up to the soak test, but the box in the striker definitely did not. Which again, without the striker, you can't light these matches. So about 14 seconds. So next we're going to do the one-handed test. So we're going to see if we were injured and only had one hand, if we could use these to light. I'm a little nervous to do this after the initial test where I got burned, because there's such a little amount on the end to hold these. So again, you could use your foot or something to try to hold this while you strike it. So it passes the one-handed test. And the trick is to definitely hold it as close to the end as you can. Okay, next we're going to do the wind test, and we're going to test, these claim to be windproof, so we're going to put them to the wind test. Okay, for our wind test, we have a 3-fan device set up here at the end with a yardstick at the end. It's very windy at the front, and it's just a little bit breezy out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light the match. Since this is a windproof match and it burns really quick, I'm going to start immediately moving down the yardstick and see if we can make it all the way to the front of the fan without it going out. And since we've tested these already, we know we got about 13 seconds, so I'll try to make it to the end by about 13 seconds. Here we go. Let's do one more.
Just do it all the way by the end and see if it'll go.
Okay. So that's interesting. I don't know if you were able to see that. Come up here close and do one more. Because of the wind, it super accelerated the actual match. So I'll light this again. Hold it up here and see how fast it burns. We actually get about a 2-second burn time right up there in the front. So, but it did pass. They claim to be windproof, and they definitely are windproof. Okay, so I'll wrap up on the Stansport windproof, waterproof matches. We put the waterproof to the test, and we found out why the matches themselves passed all 3 of the tests: the mist, as well as the dip, and the soak test. The box failed in the simple test of the mist test. And since these are a strike-on box type match, without the striker working, these matches are worthless. We also tested the windproofness of these matches, and they were windproof. We were able to get all the way to the set of fans without any issue, though that did hyper-accelerate the match burn time and shorten it significantly. So in my opinion, the windproof claim is true. These will burn in any kind of a wind, but the waterproofness, the matches are waterproof, but they're useless without the striker. Is that kind of done?